Sunday morning Easter service here at Salt Lake Christian Church. As Bryce just mentioned, we are collecting the Annie Armstrong offering today. So I figured I would tell you a little bit about her. Annie Armstrong was born in Baltimore in 1850. And as a young girl, she went to church with her family. Her family was renowned in the Baptist church at the time. Her great-grandfather founded the first Southern Baptist church in Baltimore. And so she was taken to church regularly as a child, and her mother even brought her to all of their church's missionary meetings as well. And as a young lady, she didn't really understand what all the hubbub was about with this church stuff. However, when she was only 11, the Civil War broke out in this country. And seeing that at such a young age changed her. After the Civil War had ended, she came to Christ and immediately had a heart to see lost people saved. She had a great desire to be a missionary when she was young. Unfortunately, she never had the blessing and the opportunity to go overseas and to mission to people as she desired. Although many of her friends did exactly that. One such friend of hers was Lottie Moon, a famous missionary to China. However, Annie was not called to the mission field. Instead, she was called to her hometown. She prayed fervently for the Lord to give her a heart for the people that he was calling her towards. She didn't know who that was at the time, and she had hoped that it would be the Chinese or some other foreign country. However, she would come to find out that the Lord was calling her to the people all around her. She was known for starting different ministries. She, throughout her life, had her hands in dozens of different ministries. She was a church planter. She helped plant one of the first and strongest churches that is still there today in Baltimore, where she served at this church as the Bible study teacher to the young children for over 50 years. She also founded a ministry for women as well in the Southern Baptist churches. She had a desire to give women more of a voice in the church, as well as children. God really laid on her heart those who were impoverished or downtrodden. She founded a ministry to help the Native American community around Baltimore, noticing that the children of the Native Americans were not being given the same educational opportunities as other children. She made strides to fix that, and that she did. She also founded another ministry with the African American community in Baltimore, where she fostered and encouraged them to join the Southern Baptist churches. Later in her life, as she wrote back and forth with her missionary friends, such as Lottie Moon, she wanted to do more for those missionaries overseas. And so she began a collection, and she took up an offering for the overseas missionaries. And the first time she did this, the offering consisted only of women and children giving to this ministry. And all of them combined gave enough money to send 3 missionaries to China. Back then, that would have been a great starting point. Not that it isn't still today. Sending missionaries is a beautiful thing. She continued this throughout her life. And it seemed as the longer this went on, this yearly collection around Easter, the more and more people gave, and the bigger it became. Around Christmas, we give the Lottie Moon offering as the Southern Baptist churches. And that money goes to foreign missionaries to spread the gospel overseas. But around Easter time today, we will be taking the Annie Armstrong offering. And this money goes to missionaries here in our own homeland of the United States, as well as in Canada. Annie, throughout her life, had a heart for the Lord. She desired not only to see the lost be saved and come to Christ, but for Christ to be honored and to be lifted up. And we, to this day, recognize her efforts and the great ministries that she did with this offering named after her. So as you give today, or what you choose to do, remember that she loved the Lord and that she gave her life, her entire life, dedicated to serving Him and to bringing people closer to Him. So thank you.
Happy Resurrection Day.
I'm loud.
I'm going to read from Mark chapter 16, verses 1 through 8. Now when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices that they might come and anoint him. Very early in the morning on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb when the sun had risen. And they said among themselves, "Who will roll away the stone from the door of the tomb for us?" But when they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled away, for it was very large. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe, sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him? But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him, as he said to you." So they went out quickly and fled from the tomb, for they trembled and were amazed. And they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. Let's have the praise team come up.